Actors are annoying anyway. All that calling each other darling. Start her up.
Yes, darling.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live stream session. My name is Manari. I'm the Festival Director and founder of the MiraBan UK Film Awards. And today we're talking about StreetVet, a short documentary created by Stephanie Keelan. Thank you so much for being with us today, Stephanie.
Pleasure.
And also today we have our documentary juror, Thomas De Gea, who's with us, and we'll be asking some questions to Stephanie as well. So without any further ado, let's jump into the trailer and then we'll discuss the film together.
The first winter was very hard because you have to learn how to keep the elements out. It can reduce you to tears. If I didn't have Benson, I don't think that I'd have survived it.
People thought I'd sell him for crack or I'd do this and all that, and it got really good to prove them wrong. I'm not particularly a spiritual fella, but I do believe he was sent to me, and he's saved my life every day since.
I have had 2 quite severe episodes of depression in my life. During that time, the only thing that got me through was my dog.
Without him, there's no point, there wouldn't be there's no point in carrying on.
To meet somebody who has nothing apart from that dog, you're just like, I'm going to help you because I know if I help you with your dog, you will feel better.
When she first started going out, it was one Sunday a month with a backpack. There were so many people who needed them.
I don't think anyone ever means to set up a charity.
There's a lot of stereotypes and myths associated with people experiencing homelessness that we challenge on a daily basis.
It's all right, darling. You're a good girl, aren't you?
We all get labelled with the same brush because we're in a hostel, and unfortunately some of us are in there because we were running for our lives.
The best is scary.
Been in the van 6 months. I'm 61 and I ain't got a clue where I'm staying.
It doesn't matter if you have a home or you don't. Your dog just wants to be with you, be loved.
You could stick me in Buckingham Palace, but I'd rather lay down with him in the rain.
If you were about to be made homeless tomorrow, would you give up your pet?
Awesome. That was, well, very much self-explanatory. I guess it went straight to the point, and it's so good to see that, a company that really was created out of such a positive attempt to make people's life better has been acknowledged, and it's actually working, and that's why we are so honored to have you here. And my first question would be, well, obviously we know because we watched the entire documentary, but if you could summarize how this started for you specifically, what was that moment of awakening and how it's been proceeding and its success throughout the years?
So I volunteered 2 years running for StreetVet. I used to help them with cameras for their annual conference, and the reason being their host was a vet who was actually a girl that came and worked with me 20 odd years ago, but left TV to go and be a veterinary scientist. And when I went to this conference, it was one of the happiest communities I'd ever been privileged to be a part of. But what was more surprising to me, as well as Jade's own story, is actually the veterinary profession have really bad mental health issues, high suicide rates, and the conference felt like it's a place for them to really come together and to really share the values about what it is they do as a profession. And I think when Jade set up the charity, what it did was provide a vessel, as she said, for people to exercise and give these skills for free without all the framework of the transactional space that we've all become so used to in the modern world that we live in. So it wasn't really a story about people help. It was a reciprocal story of how humans need humans, because and the joy that can come out of that, I guess, because the people experiencing homelessness, obviously, they have profound transformative impact from being part of the StreetVet community by being treated by them indirectly through their animals. I think that they gain so much more in trust, connection, and a belief that's often been missing for them because of what life has thrown at them prior to that meeting of the charity, but also that the vets are also so enriched from their experience. So yeah, it was just a real privilege to be in their space for ages, because I didn't want to leave, so I made it as long as possible.
Amazing. And definitely it's such a, an extensive community of talented crew and technicians that have worked on this throughout the years, and they felt connected to this great cause. I'll pass it on to Thomas, so I'm sure he has lots of questions to ask.
Okay.
Yes, I just wonder a few things. For how long have you followed those people? Was it a long process?
Yeah, it was. We took about a year off and on.
Uh-huh.
The biggest issues I had were Jade, very happily for her, got pregnant and had a baby and was on maternity leave. So that was interesting, telling her story while she grew expansively with a new being and then took time out. There was one day I went to do voiceover and the baby cried for 2 hours solid, but it was a beautiful baby, so it didn't matter. And then it was about a duty to care for the people that we were working with, because obviously they were very vulnerable and we didn't want to do anything. So really it was having the patience to wait for a story to come up that really showed in real time the impact of what the charity could do. And that was the chap who lived in the van, Steve. That was his story really that carried and became the anchor and the framework for a journey through. And with that, we were able to pin and create much broader picture of the world around him. So yeah, they were the biggest challenges and why it took as long as it did.
And was it easy to convince them to participate to this documentary?
Yeah, I think it was, again, testament to Jade and her team. I think they developed such strong relationships with the people that they work with. That level of trust, as I said, was there, that I think would be very difficult otherwise. So my job was then to honour that trust, really, that StreetVet have worked so hard to gain. And then the other aspect that was really important to me with the filming process was with videos about charity or redemption, you often find that a camera will be pointed down at, even friends I have who are really seasoned directors, when I was talking about how I was going to do this, they're like, well, obviously you've got to shoot at night and you need to, and it's all these sort of stereotypical tropes we have around homelessness that I think we've become a little bit anesthetized to, actually. And I think what was refreshing and where I was able to gain trust was by putting the people who had experienced homelessness in the same space to interview them, to give them a voice was a really empowering part of the process for them. And actually, there's a lady called Deb in the film, who I think was in the trailer then, who actually found herself homeless with her dog as a result of domestic violence. And her experience, you know, she'd lost all trust. Her Bluebell is very distrustful of men as well, her dog. But her experience with StreetVet meant she went on to build a new life for herself because of what StreetVet had done with hostels. She was able to find space for her and Bluebell to go. And she's just become an official volunteer for the charity. So I mean, it's extraordinary, really. So yeah, they build proper relationships, and I feel like I've made friends for life. So I'm very lucky.
That's fantastic. It really goes full circle because, you know, and you're absolutely right. You know, there is so much stereotype around homelessness and how it's portrayed. And also because even when there is a documentary talking about homeless people in the UK or, you know, abroad, it's just portraying them in a way which is like rich people talking about them, not really them having the chance to talk about themselves and their real struggle. They become, you know, commodified, and that's horrifying, honestly. So it's so good that through this, you know, human-animal connection, you created such a touching story. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We are at the end of our live stream. This is usually a sneaky peek to let people understand a little bit more about you and the films we're going to be screening. So if you're interested in watching StreetVet, please join us at the Ealing Picture House Cinema on the 13th and 14th of December. And you will be able to watch all the films for just £20 for 2 days of screenings and industry talks. We also have our industry film forum on the first day, where we have lots of speed datings, mentoring opportunities, workshops, and additional industry talks about distribution, royalties, and much more. Everything we can do to support independent filmmakers, we do it at MiraBan. So please do join us at the Ealing Picture House Cinema. One more thing I want to say, all the films or all the officially selected candidates will be available in streaming on the StreamVet platform. So if you like this film and you want to vote for it, please register on the StreamVet platform and add the film to your favorite. That's how they can win the Best Film Audience Award. So please do check out this film. And thank you again, Stephanie, for being with us today. And thank you, Thomas. We'll see you very shortly, me and Thomas, in the next live stream. So stay tuned. Thank you so much again. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks.